Let's
You
go.
hear them dogs when they bark behind that barbed wire fence. Don't come here after dark trying to rob with your friends. I got family on my block that'll put your life to an end. But if you want it, come and get it. Don't knock, just come on in. You picked the wrong house on the wrong block, took a wrong turn, musta got lost. If you come here, you gon' soon learn what you need to do is make a U-turn. Picked the wrong house on the wrong block, took a wrong turn, musta got lost. If you come here, you gon' soon learn what you need to do is make a U-turn. It's sundown in them backwoods, my kin folks start to settle in. My daddy left a long time ago, I'm the big dog of this residence. I got big dogs in the front yard and big guns that they let them in. We don't call the cops, we call shots, we call family and call friends. Lucky enough they close by, across the street and on both sides. If I was you, I would've turned around, back there had my road sign. But instead you took that wrong turn and parked off on that roadside. Then crept up through them bushes till my cousin hit my phone line. It's three of them and all of us, we got the guns all loaded up. We gon' sneak around to the backside and pull up and let them bust. Okay, cool, let's let them have it. They gon' learn a lesson about trespassing. Lay them down like I ain't playing around with your punk asses. Take your ass back home, boy. That's a grown man mentality. I got kids inside my home, boy. It's about to be some casualties. So pray to God I let you live, but I hope you live and learn. And if you ever see this road again.
All right, good evening. Thanks for joining in to Your News Arizona. This is Jonathan Alexander. I'm your host tonight. And I want to talk about what's going on out in Arkansas right now. We have a whites-only colony that just started up. And we're going to be having a conversation about this tonight. I'd like to get your guys' thoughts on this. The gentleman's name is Eric Orwell. And that's Erickorwell. And they started this all-whites colony in Ravenden, Ravenden, Arkansas. So their policy that they have out there in Ravenden is that no blacks are allowed, no people of color. You have to originate as an American. They also have a policy where Jews are not allowed. This is an all-whites colony that they're doing.
Okay.
And I have Anna Townsend here with me tonight. Anna, it's good to have you on board with us.
Hey, Jonathan.
So,
I'm very concerned about that kind of behavior or that narrative. I think that it's kind of not being inclusive enough, but being kind of protective in a way. I don't understand what's happened in the radical right party to even suggest that kind of stuff. I think that maybe there's a fear factor that's been happening because of all the narrative of, Jews are bad, and that I don't understand it. And if you could get somebody to call in, I'd love to hear their explanation for why they feel that way. There's no radical rationale about that, but you do understand that throughout the globe, the Muslim and Islamist have taken over Australia, UK, Ireland, Scotland, and they're burning the churches down, bulldozing, and they are literally making more Muslim churches. And in Michigan, their call every morning is to Islam at 5 o'clock. And that is on video multiple times. So when do we become a nation of acceptance? When do we understand we don't want a complete Sharia law takeover. We just want to assemble. You come into our country, you assimilate to our beliefs, and we will give you all the respect to do what you want. But you do not come in and take over all of Christianity and Catholicism. You have to assimilate. You find a place for you to do your prayers, but you don't throw it in the faces. You don't put it in the streets of New York and Michigan and Chicago and Illinois in the streets and disrupt all of Americans.
Yeah. Hey, Anna,
That,
and that's kind of what I'm getting at. You look at what's going on out there in Arkansas right now, this Eric Orwell, what he's doing. I mean, for him to discriminate and say no Jews are allowed to be in this all white colony, no blacks or anybody of color. I mean, these guys claim to be a Christian group. That's what they're claiming.
well,
And,
guess what happened? There
and
was a big, huge Muslim city being built, and Sharia law was coming in to Texas. It's coming in everywhere. So I don't I don't believe that it's no blacks and no this. But if he did that, then he's wrong.
yeah.
And I am 100% against that.
So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to play a little clip for you guys. A lot of people are having a hard time believing such a thing is happening here in America, but it's happening every day. So I'm going to play you a little clip from Mr. Orwell. So give me a second. I'm going to share this screen here.
Have you seen the longest library?
Okay, and it should be. I believe this is it.
But Jonathan, I'm going to tell you that I believe that that is a radical left organization doing that propaganda,
Yeah, but they
and they
claim.
do it all the time.
Well, they
They
claim to be patriots, Santa. The thing is, the
they're
patriot
not.
the Patriot Front is a big part of this group. That's the thing. And for these guys to claim that they're patriots, I'm having a hard time believing it. So give me 1 second here, guys.
Okay,
I've got
I
to
gotta hear it.
I've got to add the proper screen here. I'm on the wrong screen.
But you do understand that there's multiple organizations that claim to be Republican, and they are scamming the Republican Party. And I really want people to understand what is going to be coming out about J6, the fraud. The videos are being leaked of Antifa boasting, putting on MAGA gear
Right.
and going that day. And these organizations can put their guys under any name
Yep.
and declare themselves anything. This is what's happened in America. They're going to split us no matter what.
Okay, I found the video, Anna. So I'm going to share this with you guys.
All right. And let me hear the narrative. And I can
Well,
guarantee you.
well, everybody's going to hear it. It's coming up right now. Hold on a second.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan.
Well, some people have actually said that was the most qualified candidate ever run for president.
Well, for some reason,
It's okay.
YouTube doesn't want to let me share this.
We got time.
So let me go back into this. Okay. Well, YouTube. Okay, give me 1 second. Go ahead and keep talking. Give me a second.
Well,
Anna.
the whole thing, may I speak? I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm going to tell you what, all the funding throughout the globe is either push the narrative, hate Trump, push the narrative that we are Trump supporters and we declare that we don't want Jews and blacks in our community. They're funded. This is propaganda, brother. And I'm going to tell you that it's the worst propaganda you could ever imagine. Because no way in the world would anyone say that.
Yeah.
And
So
they want to turn the right to be racist and homophobic and everything. You know what? We never did care about what anybody did in their lives. We lived and had a beautiful life with everyone that did their own thing. I want to tell you, my next door neighbor died of AIDS when I was a teenager.
okay,
And
it looks like it's going to let me do it now. So give me 1 second. I am going to go back into sharing screen.
but that
Um,
was no way was that divisive. And this all of this crap is getting bad. And if you look at Portland, you look at Seattle, you look
okay.
at
Hey,
Chicago.
hey, Anna, I'm going to try to play this. Okay. So if you guys that are out there, Google search "return to the land" in Arkansas.
Okay.
For whatever reasons, they're not allowing me to share this.
Sure.
Maybe they got word I was going to do this broadcast tonight.
Right.
But you guys research "return to the land," and again, that's in Ravenden, Ravenden, Arkansas, and
Okay.
and they've got a big gathering going on this month, to where people are coming in from all over the country, as well as people supposedly from all over the world. And again, this is an all whites only colony, and they are totally against even LGBTQ, which I'm actually against as well. But at the same time, these guys claim to be Christians. They claim to be patriots. You got the Patriot Front involved
Well,
with
I
these
need to
guys.
know more about that organization.
So
I've
what I'm
never researched them.
so what I'm going to go ahead and do, Anna, I'm going to go ahead and send this to you real quick, and I want you to check it out as well. Um, I can, yeah, I've got a feeling somebody tipped them off that I was doing a live video tonight, so which is possible. Let's see. Okay, there's the video I wanted to share with you. Hey, you know what? Let me see if it's going to play on this other screen. Guess what? It's going to play on this other screen.
Okay.
So hold on a second. I'm going to have to mute my mic here in a second, and I'm going to log in for
Hey,
myself.
Jonathan, for the first time since the shutdown, I've not seen any chemtrails in my sky
Right. That's a
over the
good.
military bases that I live.
Well, that's a
I
good
am
thing.
in, yeah.
So hold on a second. I'm going to go on my cell phone and see if I can't
Well,
bring.
can we talk about some other things?
Yeah, give me. Yep. Hold on a second. You were mentioning to me something earlier. You want to bring that up, Anna? What you were talking about?
Which one? All the
The one that
craziness that
no,
go ahead, sir.
the one that you told me I need to get out to my audience.
Well, the all of the Antifa, uh, it's a real organization. If you don't understand that, uh, you need to go and look at all of the ju- independent journalists that went out just filming Andy No and Christina and Kevin that have been beaten up. That's a real thing. And they don't relent. They're gas bombing ICE facilities. They are out in the streets creating havoc.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's a fact. I've got live videos. I can send them to you, Jonathan. I've been following them for 10 years. And I guarantee, please, anybody, go and follow Andy. No, NGO. He was beaten almost to death by Antifa.
Oh, I think I know. I know. I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. So it's not going to let me share it from either one. So whatever reasons they've got me blocked.
That's okay because they knew that you were going to say something, I
Yeah.
guess.
Now, what I
That's the
want to.
problem.
Yep. So what I want to bring out to you guys is just the fact that we have all white colonies forming out there left and right now, and I'm not sure why our government's allowing it. I think Tom Holman, Christie, Nolan, and all these guys ought to intervene on this. They ought to shut these guys down. And you guys need to make a lot of to let your
So
voices be
you're
heard.
so
Let
you're saying you're against people trying to save their farms and their families? Is that what you're trying to say at the border? I, s-
no. I'm
I
talking
swear,
I'm talking about these guys doing the all whites only colony that they're doing.
no. Well, they're doing all blacks and all Muslim and all every colonies throughout our United States.
Right.
But I don't agree with any of it. But I tell you what, when you got the Muslims invading our country and already invading all of Europe, and they've torn down all the churches and bulldozed all of the cemeteries to make sure that they can be all in the streets.
Yeah.
That's a detriment.
Yeah.
We're
But
not all white.
yeah,
We don't do that here in the United States, and that's a fake organization that you're talking about.
yeah, that's what I'm
They're the
getting.
ones
Yeah, Anna.
they're the ones promoting the craziness.
Yeah.
They are
And
the ones that are promoting the craziness to create the havoc.
right. And that's what I'm getting at, Anna. What they're doing is wrong. When they're sitting there saying, no Jews allowed, only
Who are those people?
that
Please, Jonathan, explain it to me.
that's the
Who are they?
that's the gentleman, Eric Orwell, which I mentioned in the beginning broadcast, and that's Orwell, Orwell, because
Okay, I got to find him and
and
I will be
and
addressing him.
and if you look into Return to the Land, they're all over YouTube, all over the internet. A lot of
I
news
think it's a
stations.
fake. I think it's a fake organization under the guise. I really do. I think it's a fake organization
Well, it's very much
that has
real.
been,
That's the fact.
well, it could be real, Jonathan, but they're funded by the left lunatics. I promise you, they even propped up, well, January 6th. Oh, you know what I mean? I think it's an organization that must be looked into, and I hope that Marco Rubio and everybody looks into them. And I hope they do that ASAP
So, so
because
for,
it's fraud.
yeah. So
It's fraud.
for any of my audience out there listening, if you guys have heard of Return to the Land, you'd like to give a call in. My direct number is 928-716-3189. I'd like to hear your opinions on this all white colony that's forming. And if and like to know what you guys know about it. And if you
And I would love to have their questions come at
yep.
me.
So again, you guys can give
I
me a
really
call.
would.
My lines are open. Feel free to call into the studio. and we can discuss this a little more if you'd like to talk about it. But again, Anna, unfortunately, we're starting to see a lot of this going on around America. We're starting to see, you know, Muslims colonies coming together around America, and now we're seeing, you know, no white colonies. I mean, no black colonies coming around. You know, to where they're promoting, they're basically promoting racism all the way down the book. Um,
Who do you think is funding that?
well, honestly, like I said, I don't think these people are any better than Antifa. What they're doing, they have the Patriot Front, and I don't care if I make enemies tonight. The group called the Patriot Front are a big part of this as well.
Yeah, but who's funding Patriot Front and who's funding all of these organizations on the guise of Republican parties?
Yeah,
If
honestly,
there are white supremacists out there, call them out now.
yeah. So
But I don't think it's as big as you think. And I've seen Antifa, their organizations, they've got platforms, guise themselves as Republicans, and get out there and shame Republicans. I listen to C SPAN every morning. I'm focused in at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. when I got my days off. And every person that calls in on the Republican line is a freaking Democrat. So C SPAN, and God bless Brian Lamb, he tried to have an open forum, but now it's got Democrat, Independent, and Democrat forum.
yeah,
They never, Pedro, Mimi, uh, Kimberly, Tammy, John should be ashamed.
yeah.
They cut off every Republican all the time. But go and listen to C SPAN every morning and listen. If you're a Republican, you'll see how biased even C SPAN has become. Because I turn it on at 7 a.m. and then I listen to the average show morning show.
Yeah. So,
And but I don't believe what you're saying, and it bothers me.
well,
But
that's
if
well,
it's true, then we do understand that there's some propaganda going on.
yep.
And if there's white supremacy, there's black supremacy, there's every supremacy, honey.
So what I'm going to go ahead and do here, real quick, Anna, I'm gonna send you over a link. That way you can see what I'm talking about here tonight.
Okay.
I think that would be a big help for you. Um, and it should be very disturbing to you as well as the rest of America. And I'm actually going to post this to this talk tonight as well. Here,
But do you remember the Muslim city to turn Texas into Sharia law? In every state, they're wanting to turn into Sharia law. So we got to have some pushback with Christianity and maybe some beautiful people that love our country. I don't know, Jonathan.
so that right there is the one I tried to share here on this broadcast tonight. I just sent it to you, Anna. If you open that up, you can probably see it. And what I'd like you to do, if you could open it up, maybe play it and see if the audience can hear it.
Get 20% off today.
I can't open it. Can you do it, please, Jonathan?
Yep.
I can't open it.
Let me see what it does here. Hold on.
All right.
You've never heard of this place. I've never heard of this place. We're way out in the middle of nowhere. We're at the southern end of the Ozark Mountains. There's really nothing out here except for small towns. Folks just living the small town Arkansas life. Behind me down that dirt road, there's a group of people that are building a whites-only community. We're going to go down there and try and talk to them right now. So most of the people in town have heard about this. didn't really know much about it except for, I guess, what a few other
In the Ozarks?
kind of said about it. So
Yes,
there's
ma'am.
curiosity here in town about what these people are up to. This is it. Here. We're at the end of the dirt road. We're at the end of it. We're out here in the middle of nowhere. There's actually some other houses. I'm gonna go up and find out what's going on. It's very strange up here. Hey! What's going on? That's Eric Orwell right there in the truck. He's the founder of an organization and a community called Return to the Land. He and others bought 160 acres in rural Arkansas where they've built a settlement for only white people. No blacks, no gays, no Jews. 40 people live here right now.
Stupid. It's a
Hundreds of
community.
others around the
I'm
world
sorry.
join this
It's a community.
They all plan on building a house right here, living among only white people with traditional values. They call this a homestead. They aren't very far along yet. They say it's like living off the land, but without the inconveniences of being next to people that aren't like you. Of course,
That's crazy.
That's why we came.
You better follow John.
White supremacist.
So, but if you guys get a chance, you got to watch that whole video there. Again, you guys can. I'm gonna post this link to this for whatever reasons.
Please do, but you gotta follow John Shouse and all my beautiful cowboys of color. This is ridiculous. I don't understand it. I think it's a propaganda.
But again, Anna, this is the kind of stuff happening here in America now. I mean, we've got, it's one thing to see Antifa out there protesting, and now you're seeing all white only colonies out there. Just things are progressing around this country like you've never seen. And the worst part is this group claims to be a Christian group. You tell me what's Christian about what they're doing. That's the point. Well, how can you call yourself a Christian, but yet you're saying it's an all whites colony only, no Jews, no people of color, no nothing. These people want nothing but white folks.
Well, that's kind of a kettle calling it black. I love everybody, and so I don't understand why they get away with it. But if they're going to be exposed, let's expose them.
And the funny part about it is, if these people were actually to look back through their ancestors and stuff, I guarantee you a lot of them's got Hispanic blood in them. They got black blood in them. I mean, for them to say,
the worst decision I ever made was marrying a first generation Peruvian.
So, but unfortunately, this is where America's at. They've got their big opening date coming up here this month. I'm asking people to do a little research. If you guys want to get out and protest, this is a group to protest against.
The white people wanting white colonies is the protest.
Yep. I mean, when you're looking at,
you got it.
But
I'm there.
Yeah, but it's the way they're doing it as well. I mean, when they're saying no Jews, no blacks, no people of color, period.
Well, they're funded by Zagmani from overseas, from Switzerland, to parade as Republicans. I want you to understand that, because no Republican would ever do that. And that's a fact.
So, and then, like I said, the other group
it's a fact.
The group that's actually
Pam Bondi is looking into all the funding and all of this craziness. You got funding to parade as Democrats. funding to parade as Republicans. You've got funding to, they're actually giving out blow up animation things to get in a body in Portland, Seattle, and walk around in front of ICE facilities looking stupid. And then my focus on security of ICE and let them get their job done.
Well, you know, Anna, here's the thing. One of the concerns I have is you look at the group that's associated with these guys, the Patriot Front. You know, first of all,
The Patriot what?
it's the Patriot Front movement that's associated with this all white.
Who funds the Patriot Front movement?
Hey, Anna, you got to let me talk for a second. The Patriot Front group that is a big part of this. That's attaching down base. You know, when you call yourself a patriot, people look at the Republican Party. Well, I can tell you the Republican Party that I know would have no association with this kind of a group, period. That's what I'm getting at. You know, and I've seen a lot of reports about the Patriot Front all over. I remember them when I was up in Idaho. The Patriot Front came in and tried to cause a lot of problems up in Idaho. Several of those boys got arrested for what they were doing up in Idaho. And you guys can Google search Patriot Front, you know, and see all about them, what they're really about. This is what I don't want this is what I don't want us patriots associated with. And maybe some of you guys out there like them. And you know what? You can hate me tonight for my broadcast.
I'm not for them.
But
anything like that is negativity. I get you, Jonathan.
But what I'm
I'm
getting
done,
at,
and I will never support that kind of behavior.
so
But you got to understand, there's a lot of people really being negative. Uh, Absolutely horrific. I mean, shooting people that don't agree with them. This is insanity what's happening. And we got to end that, Jonathan. We got to get some peace in our country, man.
well, in my understanding, they're definitely not Trump supporters, is what I'm hearing. So
Well, of course they're not.
I'm doing a bunch of research on them right now. Just trying to get more intel on it. But when I saw this, Anna, this just totally blew my mind. Like, you know, why is this even being allowed here in America? It's bad enough that we're allowing Sharia law on American soil. You know
Amen, brother. It
it's
never
bad.
should exist.
It's bad enough that we're allowing Antifa around the country and all these democratic cities, you know, that are allowing
But we
this.
got to call out white supremacy when we see
Yeah.
it, right?
But this kind of shit right here, you know, they ought to be treating just like they're treating Antifa and nail these son of a bitches hard. That's my attitude.
Amen, brother.
Because this kind of shit should not be tolerated here in America. I
I
mean,
agree with you
and that
1,000%.
and that's where I'm at on this matter. Just like, you know, you look at our border patrol right now, our border patrol guys, you know, these guys have their hands full every day as well. This is kind of on a different subject, guys. But you look at what's going on with them. They're being targeted. But by far as I'm concerned, groups that hate people that stand up for the law, you know, that stand up for and say no more. You know, when does enough become enough for this country? It's people like me that speak out that gets attacked for broadcasting this kind of stuff. Because I'm all for shutting down all this corruption going on here in America, and I want to see it come to an end. But shouldn't we all? I mean, that's where I'm at.
We sure should.
When does enough become enough for the American people to say no more? Not on my watch. So again, I'm
But
kind of just.
I know you're trying to get your last in, but I'm just going to tell you the lying that the Democratic Party does to their constituents really decimates everything. what America is about. We're not shutting down government. We're not taking Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security away from people. We're doing it to get the fraud out and stop it. Just today, Tim Waltz, he said that everybody gets a free ID, illegal, and they can vote. And so, where does that leave our constitutional republic? It just got trashed today.
Yeah. Well,
And
I think the other thing I want to make a point of, Anna, part of the reason why I'm also bringing up about this movement that's happening in Arkansas, you know, part of me has to wonder, and this is just speculation, if this isn't Democratic controlled, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say why, because that way they could turn around and try to blame the Republicans because these guys have the name Patriot Front attached to the name as well.
absolutely,
You know,
I'm
so
with you a
so
thousand percent.
so then they could turn around and attack us, saying, "See, and Donald Trump supports this because they're not doing anything to these guys to stop this, like they're trying to stop Antifa."
Yeah, but you got to find out who's the funder of this organization and who truly backs it. It's just like J6, Jonathan. We all know what happened. 250 FBI agents in the crowd inciting, and look at what our country came to that day. And that was the Democratic Party's ultimate coup.
Yep.
But guess what? It didn't work.
Well, amen to that. And but look where this country's at now. I mean, if you would have told me, Anna, 20 years ago, our country would be where we're at today, I probably would have said you're smoking crack. That's probably what I
Right?
would have told you.
And I hear you.
But what I'm seeing here today, here in America, this is not the future that I want for my children, for my grandchildren. I don't want
Never.
I don't want this racism, fascism, and all this bullshit that we
Amen, sir.
that we see going on all across America anymore. This isn't the future I want for my grandkids. I want America to be the country I grew up in, that I'm accustomed to,
Absolutely.
because what I'm seeing today isn't the America that I
But you
know.
know, it's the crazy thing that once they got liberation for women, women went to work, uh the homes depleted. The children didn't thrive. It was the breakdown of the family structure. And that's a fact. You could survive on one income and women raising women
Yeah,
or children. And I mean, it's the most insanity, but it was all by design to get more taxes put in by more working people.
right.
Taxation without representation,
That's
dude.
right. Well, just like you look at all the men out there today that are living off of the woman's welfare because they don't want to get out and get a job. They,
Yep.
the only job that they
And
are,
my husband,
and
it's already put in.
the only
And my
job, Anna,
husband's,
Anna,
and,
the only job that these men are getting right now for a lot of these guys is they're being paid protesters. They're getting paid
right?
to protest. That's the work they're doing.
Protest
That's what.
by international protester
Yeah,
organizations.
that's why we're seeing them all over live streams at
They
two, three.
all look ridiculous with their blue hair and their nose rings, bull rings.
But that's why we're yeah. But
Sorry.
that's why we're seeing them all over live TV at 3 o'clock in the morning, downtown
Yep.
Portland, downtown Chicago, out protesting it, and people keep going.
Seattle,
Yeah,
Portland,
yeah,
you name it.
the people keep asking the same question over and over. Don't any of these people work? Well, yeah, they do work. They're getting paid to protest.
Yep. And it's being funded internationally. And honest to God, I wish you would follow a couple of the people that I do. uh, Graham Allen, uh, Andy No, uh, all the real reporters out there that have experienced it and lived it through 20 years. And BCP, his name is the Black Conservative Preacher. He's the original one. And his wife, Jamie, and their children were in Portland at a prayer vigil, a beautiful day, and watched it live where Antifa bombed her kids through urine and smoke bombs at her and her little babies. And her name, but follow BCP preacher. He's a devout Christian, but everybody was there, and I watched it live, and I was like, "That's evil. That's the pure evilness of anything you could ever experience." For a prayer vigil and a gathering of people to have prayer and to watch little children get gassed
Yeah.
and urine thrown on them. That's how evil our world is. It you don't even understand it, but every day it happens. Every night, every night, every night. ICE facilities bombarded. They're being just, and they're law enforcement. They're federal agents, and these people think they're above the law, and I don't understand it. And they all need to be arrested, and they all need to be prosecuted, but under the Biden Obama administration, all these judges, they're letting them all out.
Yep. Hey Anna.
And
Hey Anna. On another thought, real quick. What do you guys have any No Kings? No Kings rally going on?
everywhere happening here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God,
So
they're going to be here in my little town and
Saturday,
everywhere.
Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
for
I'm going to a wedding,
yeah,
so I can't go and protest.
yeah,
I told Ronnie I'd rather go protest
yeah.
against them, but
So
I got to take I do senior care, and I got to take them to a wedding,
right.
and Ronnie has to come with me because I can't see at night to drive. I'm
So
a senior.
for my viewing audience, this Saturday, no more no Kings event is going on all across the country. Um,
Yeah. It,
Out here in Arizona, it's going on in Lake Havasu, Arizona. And that one starts, I think, at 9 a.m. They've got one in Phoenix, Arizona. My understanding, it's going on in Kingman, Arizona as well. That's to my Arizona local guys that listen in. Um, so if you guys get a chance, get out, try to get some recording of it, and
get some support out
yeah,
against this.
yeah, get some support out there. We've got to, you know,
We
we got to.
gotta go protest against this
Oh,
BS.
yep.
Well,
So,
you finally get to look at me,
so, so all
but
right.
my hair is very long. And anyway,
All right. So, well, Anna, I muchly appreciate you coming on the show here tonight. Um, and do I hear
I
Ronnie?
love you. I hope it gave some insight and some depth of anything what's happening. And you better understand that the reason why Schumer is shutting down is because he's scared to death and he wants Sharia law not to exist. But New York is going to be Sharia law if they don't get up and vote. And people don't understand Sharia law.
Well, we're actually,
May I say it?
well, we got to be
Death.
careful. Well, Anna, we got to be careful what we say because this is also
Well,
being.
it's
Yeah,
unaliving of all Americans.
yeah, I was going to say we're broadcasting live on YouTube as well, and YouTube.
Yeah, but it's
You got to be.
unaliving of all Americans and all Western
So,
civilization. And that's very scary.
yep, yep,
And I've seen the videos of many of them in New York saying, "We're coming and we're coming. And you will know that we're here because we've already done it in Europe." And they're teaching Sharia law to the children in Europe. And they've got 8 mayors in the UK, and Starmer is acting like an idiot. Oh, well, no, but it's going to happen.
well, you know why it's good. You know why it's happening, Anna? Because they're wanting to remove Christianity. They don't want.
Exactly.
They don't.
And when did that happen? When the COVID fraud happened and shut us all down. That was a precursor
Yeah, we
of
got to be.
telling,
Yeah,
no, it was a
yeah,
precursor of telling everybody to shut up,
yeah,
comply, be quiet.
yeah. Hey, we can't. One thing we can't mention on here, Anna, is the word COVID with the YouTube. YouTube will
I'm sorry.
YouTube will shut me down.
I'll say
Uh,
CVID.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. They will shut
I'm
me down.
sorry.
They will shut
But
me down over that.
CVID, and shut down everybody, and but yet Lori Lightfoot could have mass riots in the streets, but we couldn't go to church. We couldn't have our businesses open. That is the definition of control. And that's what the Democratic Party was testing to see how we would comply.
Yep.
No, we're not going to do that anymore,
Yep.
nor will we ever. As a beautiful republic that we are,
Yep.
and I may sound stupid, Jonathan, but I'm so tired. We lived through hell. America lived through hell. Businesses closed, but the Democratic Party kept bolstering and getting more money. And all of their funding went to their NGOs, USAID crap funneling through the world.
Well, the Biden administration pretty much put the American people on their knees, is what they did.
Yeah,
And
but you don't.
right now, it's taken a lot for Donald Trump to get this country back in order.
Amen.
A lot of people are still bitching about it and crying out there saying how if the cost of living is still so high. Well, you know what?
Well, that was the
Yeah, but,
residuals
but
from the Democratic
yeah,
Party.
yeah, but you got to let me talk, Anna. but
Sorry.
but what's happening is, it's taken Donald Trump time to get this country back in order, to get the prices back down. As you notice, our gas prices are down all across the country. He's working
Amen.
he's working on getting the food prices down now for the American people. You know, and,
Yeah,
and,
and
and people aren't keeping in mind the fact that he hasn't even been in office for a year yet.
right.
He's done a lot in the year that he has.
What can
You know,
I bring up?
promises were made and promises are being kept. He got the
Yeah,
bull. He got the
but
border shut down. He is getting rid of the illegals out of our country that have come in to unlawfully through our borders, um, which I've covered for the last several years on the whole
yes, you
matter.
have.
You just take a
And
look at. Go ahead.
may I intercept? Remember when the bird flu paranoia happened and they killed all the chickens and destroyed the eggs? Well, 25 of the CDC employees that inflated that were arrested because it was false. There was no bird flu. They inflated the everything, and that was on one of the government websites. I hope you can find it. But they fired 25 of those employees because they inflated the bird flu and destroyed all chickens and eggs unnecessarily. And that's what drove up they are under arrest. You you did see that 150 CDC employees have been let go and some have been arrested. I hope you find that.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's a fact. That came out like yesterday, but they inflated the bird flu in their in the data that the bird flu blah, I don't know. I'm not a statistician, but literally they did. I hope you can Google that. But some said that I don't know if they went to Gitmo or not. I mean, that's crazy.
yep,
But yeah, they were fired
yep.
because they inflated the bird flu pandemic. And remember chicken prices and egg prices, and it takes a while for it to stabilize again.
Yep. Well, it doesn't happen
And
overnight. That doesn't happen overnight. That's for sure. Uh,
right.
and
And
you know,
everybody is talking about everything is so inflated prices. Donald Trump's to blame. No,
yep,
it's not.
yep.
It
Like,
isn't.
yeah, like I said, it's. You know, if you look at the reality, it's what the Biden administration did to us. It's taken a lot. It's taken time to get this country back in order for Donald Trump. But you know what? He's only got 4 years to get everything accomplished, and we better pray to God that we get somebody like-minded, like Trump, back in office, or I guarantee you the Democratic Party will destroy it all just as fast as the Biden administration destroyed
I
America.
agree. And it'll
Uh,
be tenfold because they already said they're going to come after ICE agents. We're going to arrest you.
yeah,
Republicans, we're going to arrest you. They've already said it out loud.
yeah.
And
Well,
isn't that kind of like a dictatorial um, regime?
Well, the Democrats they want to they want to control us. They again they want us on our knees. They want
Absolutely.
they want complete control of the American people, and not on my watch. So,
Not on my watch either, brother.
well, listen, Anna, I had an hour for the show, and it's right at almost an hour. I've got a couple other things I've got to get
I'm
covered here.
sorry. I hope that everything went well. And I thank you for having me on, Jonathan.
Appreciate you being on the show tonight. God bless you, and
God bless you. And we love you,
I
honey.
love you guys too. Tell Ronnie I said good night, and we'll be talking to you guys soon.
All right.
All right. All right.
Be blessed.
All right. God bless you. All right, guys. So again, this Saturday, no Kings rallies are going on all across America. I'd like to see a bunch of patriots out there giving them a little bit of a hell right back at them. Of course, no violence. I'm not promoting violence. I'm just saying, you know, let the American people see it out there as well that we stand with Donald Trump. Um, the ones of you that don't stand for Donald Trump, stand for America. You know, this country has just been nonstop with all kinds of crap going on, and I'm fed up with it. I'm sure you guys are all fed up with it. It's time for America to become strong like it was at one point, and for the American people's values to mean something. Because right now, what I'm seeing in this country is just, it's almost like I, the Democrats have no morals whatsoever. And I'm sure you guys can agree. Anyhow, going to be covering more of the writing going on. If I get some updates tonight, I'll get that shared out to you guys. Other than that, I've been on the broadcast right at an hour. So God bless you guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, if you guys get a chance, this month they are opening up their, I'll call it a camp, but they're opening that up over in Arkansas. And again, I'm going to give you the address. Not the address, the name of it. Bear with me a second. So Google search the name Erick, Erick, Orwell, Orwell. You can look him up on YouTube as well. It's in Ravenden, Ravenden, Arkansas. And that's a whites only colony that's going in right there. I know a lot of that community has very much voiced their opinion. They're very upset about what they're seeing in their community and that it's even being allowed. They also are starting one in Missouri. This gentleman was just over in Idaho as well. And again, if you guys support all white only colonies, that's on you guys. But when you're claiming to be a Christian, when you're saying no blacks, Jews, or anybody of color allowed, that's like that. As far as I'm concerned, that's not a Christian. But that's my opinion on the matter. Doesn't mean you guys got to agree with me. But I will voice my opinion all day long, as I do. So other than that, guys, God bless you guys. We'll be live again soon. We've got a morning talk show we're going to be doing. We're going to have a call-in phone number. Again, the number that you can call in with the talk show is 928-716-3189. We're going to be doing a morning talk show coming up soon. And we'll be talking about all kinds of different subjects. So other than that, guys, God bless you. Have a wonderful night. This is Jonathan Alexander reporting live with Your News, Arizona.